Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, here back with Turnabout Substitution. So we're actually going to a flashback case of the Erlen Meyer trial and the mysterious bus killings. This is actually going to be intriguing to actually, I guess, see, how the whole case went down. And they've been hinting about, the government was actually getting really involved. So, is Paul Strings, think there was, corruption then? And obviously the judge was over presiding it, so conflict of interest there. Huh. That's literally what he's thinking about in terms of that, but let's see how this all goes. Court is now in session for the trial of Robert Erlenmeyer. Honorable Judge Chambers presiding. Oh my god, you said your full name now. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Interesting. The defense is more than ready, Your Honor. Very well. Now, considering the circumstances, I must ask, what is the defense's position? Excuse me, Your Honor, was that intended to be some manner of perverted joke? What? Oh, okay, what? Oh no, Miss Snow, I'm afraid you have entirely the wrong impression. I was merely asking whether you would enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. I see, so Your Honor was, in the typical view of a man, expecting a young and innocent woman such as myself to let out a plea of some sort? Oh no, please don't do this. No. Just answer the question, Miss Snow. Very well, defense pleads. Not guilty. Or in the court? Miss Snow, are you entirely certain? Your client has already confessed to the police. My client, Your Honor, is not in his right mind. His adult male brain likely concocted this enormous fabrication about being the mysterious bus killer out of pure fantasy. You're gonna keep stringing on that fact, aren't you? Oh no. And to prove to the court this fact, I hereby call him to the stand. Oh boy, what voice should I even give you? Please state your name and occupation for the court. Name, Robert. That's my name. I'm a biology teacher. Oh, and the mysterious bus killer. I think that counts. Not sure. Order! Order! Can you provide evidence that you committed those crimes, Mr. Erlenmeyer? Don't know what you're talking about, Charles. Charles? My name is Vivian Snow, Mr. Erlenmeyer. I don't know any Charles. No, not person. Tack. Miss Snow, why is the witness making sound effects? Like a whirring of a VHS. Ignore that, Your Honor. Mr. Erlenmeyer, how did you kill your victims? What weapons did you use? I don't know. A lot of questions. Must have forgotten. What did you do with the bodies of the victims? Wait, couldn't tell you. Ugh. And what about the bus left at the crime scenes? What? Charles, I try to be good. I don't do anything with busts. Your Honor, if Mr. Erlenmeyer is truly the killer as he claims, he should know how the crimes were committed. Huh. The fact that he is unable to describe them proves that he is no killer. Just an unsettled pathological liar in need of attention.
Objection!
Your Honor, the prosecution has proved that only Erlenmeyer could possibly be the serial killer. What is the evidence? He was aware of specific details that the police kept secret during the investigation. Okay, so talking about, I guess, during his interrogation of the police? Okay then. He's not saying it here. Mr. Erlenmeyer, how many photos were led to the scenes? How many stays were on the music sheets? Each one, there were 13. 7. There were 13 pictures left at each crime scene, 7 stays on each music sheet. Okay, so the specific details of the pictures and the sheet music is all different. Okay. Do you see what I mean, Your Honor? Yes, that is certainly admissible. Honestly, yeah. And even if there was no dead bodies, at this point it feels like it has to be, but still breaking and entering, I guess. Now about your last victim, Nathan Witz. What details about him, Mr. Erlenmeyer? On the back, an armadillo, hiding. Charles wasn't there. Charles? More nonsense, I'm sorry, but I can't see how this would relate to.
Objection!
Your Honor, I will show you how that armadillo is related to the case. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Erlenmeyer. Now the prosecution would like to call a witness that will remove all doubt from this case. I'm sorry, I've been a bad boy, but there's no need to send me away. I'll punish myself. I promise. I'll pay for everything as soon as I'm out of here. Mice. They can be your friends. Your enemy's just the same. Okay. You shouldn't worry about me. You should worry about them. They get lonely in their cages. You know? The prosecution calls Mitzchievous, the sister of Erlenmeyer's last victim, to the stand. Please state your name and occupation for the court. My name is Mitzchievous. I work at the funeral home. I understand that these last few days have been hard for you, but I need you to tell us about the crime so that we can put your brother's murderer to where he belongs. Oh god, that was that's the voice. Your Honor, the word he implies the murderer is male based on the sexist stereotype that only men can be murderers. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, that's true, but how's that stereotype? But there's female victims, so they mostly go with poisoning, statistically wise. Therefore, indirectly implies that my client is the killer. I want that statement stricken from the record. Overruled, defense is merely arguing semantics. Honestly? Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Rhea, please tell us what you know about the crime. Oh my god, is Vivian Snow like an... is Vivian Snow like an actual, accomplished lawyer? Oh boy, oh boy, oh. Okay. It's really hard for me. I keep having to remember Nathan now that he's gone. But I'll try my best. I want justice to be served. Well, Rhea, did your brother have any identifying marks or the traits that we could use to identify his body, if necessary? Well, I know he had a tattoo of an armadillo on his back. Oh, okay. Oh, there's that too. Okay. He knows a lot about the victims themselves, which, I'm assuming that armadillo tattoo is the mid back, blocked by a shirt. You couldn't even see that in passing or something like that. If there's a point of contention here. So he has seen the victims in the very least, so... How many people knew that he had this tattoo? Well, not many. Only me and maybe our parents did. Precisely. Your Honor, only the victim's closest friends and relatives knew about the armadillo on his back. And yet, just a few minutes ago, what did earlier mind describe for us but an armadillo on the back? What? The only person other than Nathan's loved ones who could have known about the tattoo was the killer himself, who would be none other than Robert Erlenmeyer. The victim would have to be shirtless for the killer to take the photos, and yet the photos do not show his back. Wait, those are actual real photos? Wait, what? Wait, are you saying those are actual real pictures? They took off their shirt and all that and, took photos? But fake photos, what is it fake about? Is everything about it else fake, or, Photoshop? What? I don't get what you entirely mean by fake photographs by now. Oh god, if the photos actually are real and those are actually the dead bodies of them, holy shit, actually. Okay, no wonder. No fucking wonder. Okay, that actually answers a lot of questions. They're all dead then. Let's just go with that. Okay. Because there's absolutely no connection between Erlenmeyer and Nathan, the only logical conclusion is that he must be the killer. That is quite conclusive. At this point, I believe we can safely render a verdict. This court hereby finds the defendant, Mr. Robert Erlenmeyer. Objection! God, that voice is great. Your Honor, the defense would like to change its plea from not guilty to insanity. Oh. Huh. Well, because of that evidence, I guess you have to. That should have been the defense's plea to begin with. Your Honor, the defense will need a full day to prepare its case with its plea. Very well. In that case, the defense has 24 hours to prepare its plea of insanity. That is all. The court is adjourned. How long ago was this case? Because that seems like a case trial that would happen before the first game happened, 3 years before the first game, before the whole 3-child thing. Or yeah, well, it seems like a pretty clear cut and dry case, I guess. Court is now in session for the trial of Robert Erlenmeyer. It feels weird now that you're back on the stand, Judge, after all this time, after you being the defendant's chair and G-string, J-string, P-string. Oh, I see the pun now. It feels weird that you're just now back there, okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Robert Erlenmeyer. The prosecution is still ready, Your Honor. Still. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Yesterday, the defense chose to change its plea from not guilty to insanity due to conclusive evidence presented by the prosecution. Ms. Snow, please explain the justification for the sudden change of the defense's plea. Yes, Your Honor. My client, Robert Erlenmeyer, has been examined by various well-respected psychiatrists in their respective fields since his arrest. The majority concluded that he suffers from psychosis, which is to say, a loss of contact from reality, exhibiting all symptoms, hallucinations, delusional beliefs, and incoherent speech. Okay, we're going purely into psychology now. I might be a bit out of my element then. Here for that then. Well, it's gonna be the exact same way how I knew about psychology like all the years ago when I first watched this whole thing. So I'm all right on the right track. His testimony yesterday did nothing but corroborate this diagnosis. Therefore, it's a certain fact that Erlenmeyer is unable to distinguish reality from fiction, and therefore he cannot be held responsible for his actions.
Objection.
Your Honor, the evidence presented by Miss Snow is now outdated. The evidence presented by Miss Snow is outdated. Didn't she just get those tests evaluated just the day yesterday from this, I guess? The same psychiatrists were asked to conduct various tests just yesterday. Huh? The purpose of these tests was to determine whether Erlenmeyer was able to distinguish between what he did and did not do. The results of these tests can be found in his updated psychological profile. The court accepts this profile into evidence? Oh, we actually have that. I want to read that now, actually. Oh, wait, okay, it's the next slide, I guess we get it? No, we don't have it yet, okay. While these experts confirm that Erlenmeyer is indeed psychotic, the tests repeatedly show that he is not only capable of making decisions, but also aware of his own actions. Therefore, it is Robert Erlenmeyer himself, and not his mental state, that is responsible for the crimes he committed. Erlenmeyer knew what he was doing, and these horrible crimes are entirely his responsibility. Huh. For this, he clearly deserves to receive the death penalty. Well, this does seem to rather conclusively prove Erlenmeyer's guilt. Is it like, do we not have the psychological profile at all? Okay, I guess we probably, like, get it from Jessica after we're done. That's what's a flashback, I guess. I really want to read that now. I'm a sucker for psychology, and just, like, I guess fictional characters like psychology and how they act and all that. It's fun, okay? Well, this does seem to rather conclusively prove Erlenmeyer's guilt, as well as negate the effectiveness of the insanity plea. Your Honor, I object to the validity of this evidence. Okay, are you gonna do a whole semantics thing now again? I have reason to believe that the psychological profile presented by the prosecution has been falsified. What? What? The defense demands that the trial be stopped so that an investigation can be made into how this profile was obtained. Wow. What happened next? Oh, wow, okay, you're charged with forgery, accused of it, actually, wow. Wait, did you actually— oh my! The police complaints committee interrogated the psychiatrist and found that they'd been forced to write up the report by the police. The tests upon which it was supposedly based were, in fact, never conducted. Oh shit. Wait, so you're saying the new psychological profile added was showing that he was sane and, like— are you saying, like, okay, so he's definitely insane then, or is he, like, he's mad? Okay. The officers are acting under orders from Chief of Police Jake Marshall. Chief of Police now, oh boy. A man known for his extreme methods, oh my. But that's just horrible. As a result of this, Erlenmeyer's verdict was changed. While the court held that Erlenmeyer was certainly dangerous to himself and others, the validity of the insanity plea became considerably more believable now. So he was sent to a prison asylum instead of being put to death. That tracks. Huh. Okay, so he really was insane, not pretending. Like, the thing I was also, like, wondering back and forth if he's mad or not, because, like, literally this is, I've heard of, like, actual, like, studies and tests of, like, people, like, people I guess, I can't remember the university, but, like, they sent, like, 5 people who, like, all have the exact same symptoms, which have no basis at any point in science of, like, feeling and hearing the sensation of a dull thud in their heads. Literally, that's not preceded with by anything else in science, or, like, you know, like, any kind of research, and yet they were admitted to a mental hospital, and the second they got in there, they showed complete signs of being a completely normal person, and waited to see how long it take for the facility to notice. The patients noticed way faster than the staff, and they kept the patients, those healthy patients, in for so long and did not believe them at all, to the point that you couldn't even distinguish whether they were being healthy or actually insane. Does not help at all. And they conducted a further thing of, like, they mailed a letter to a bunch of asylums saying at least one person is going to be, like, admitted to your place under the guise of being a healthy person masquerading as an insane person. And by the end of, like, how many months, we want you to ask who is the person who is completely healthy. And by the end of that time frame, each asylum basically mailed back saying, mailing back it's at least this one person or these couple people. the university's never sent anyone. It kind of makes things a bit even more weirder, if madness please and all of that. Just like, how can you tell if someone's insane or healthy now? It does not sound really good. Or else I'm thinking like those are actually just like fantastical stories, which I wouldn't quite believe. So take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. It just sounds interesting anyway. So he was sent to a prison asylum instead of being put to death. It's my fault for using that piece of evidence. But you fought for what you thought was right after all. Hardly. Apollo, you still don't know the whole truth yet. That verdict did not reflect what had really happened. Jake Marshall was set up. He wasn't the one behind the forgery. I was. Oh. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. Wait, why are you telling this to us? It's the truth, but I wasn't the only one involved. Judge Chambers, Chief Justice Strings, and I made an arrangement. Wait, those three? Wait, if Paul Strings thinks Erlenmeyer is innocent, then, like, why did he go along with this? I'm making him insane. Well, I guess, like, completely insane while killing people, I guess. Oh, my. I wanted Erlenmeyer's head on plate. Chambers wanted revenge for the death of his brother. And Strings wanted more influence in the judicial system. Oh. It was a whole thing of, reflected interests. Getting reminded of the Yadagarasu now. Strings was to prepare the evidence and cover everything up. I would present it to the court, and Chambers would accept it. When things went awry, Strings set Marshall up to take the fall for us. Those two didn't have a very good working relation, to say the least. Oh boy. Wait a minute, how could Snow have found out about this then? That's a good question. He must have been betrayed. I know I wasn't the traitor, so I had to be one of them. Of course, neither would ever admit it, so I can only guess. Oh, that's why you think, like, as well, of, like, the whole thing of, like, Robert Erlen, like, of, like, you thought Judge would kill Robert Erlenmeyer, but... No, it'd be, most likely be Paul Strings, then. Like, literally help make that psychiatric report, and then reveal it to Vivian Snow about all that. Huh. If he truly thought he was innocent after all this time, he both wanted... Well, it is, like, in his mode of interest of, like, literally using people to, like, get more influence both from himself and his family. So... that actually matches up really well, then. Huh. That reminds me, when I spoke to Judge Chambers the other day, Strings interrupted us. He said he wanted to talk about business. What if it was related to what happened during that case? I suppose. Wait, did he literally, Paul Strings literally just, like, say, like, literally was blackmailing Judge right there, like, in front of us, and scooted us out? Wow. My guess is the Judge was tempted to use what he knew about us to kind of deal with the police. His hope was probably that if he gave them information about the forgery, they could be persuaded to testify in a manner more favorable to his case. At least that's probably what Strings feared when I came to the detention center. Oh, okay, yeah, literally just blackmail. He wanted to remind Chambers that he was the one in charge, that he was friends with the new chief of police. Oh, so Jake Marshall is not chief of police anymore? Okay. If Chambers talked, oh, well, it would make sense if he was blamed for the forgery, he'd be demoted then. I still find it hilarious that Jake Marshall would be, like, make his way right up the ranks all over again after all this time. Man. If Chambers talked, Strings would be safe, but he would know the betrayal. And there would be ramifications. Now do you see why I was convinced the Judge was guilty? Yeah, honestly, I can't quite see. I need to process that even more, actually, though. Especially if you had seen how devastated he was at Arthur's death. Personal motive, being blackmailed by Paul Strings, added stress, not to talk. I guess you could think that. Okay, then. He was willing to do anything to avenge him. He had no trouble forging evidence that Erlenmeyer would be put to death. And when that plan failed, it wouldn't be such a far cry to kill Erlenmeyer himself. By that time, however, I had become ashamed of what I did. I couldn't stand to see him walk down that path, maybe because it was so similar to my own. Prosecuting him was the only way I could find peace of mind. Huh. Oh yeah, and also there's like reading through TV tropes of all that. You're kind of a hypocrite then, actually, thinking about it. Getting reminded of what you said in the trial. killing a murderer is no worse than killing himself, but at the same time, you forged that. Okay. Okay, does that make you no better then? Alright. Prosecuting him was the only way I can find peace of mind. What are you gonna do now? I'm tired of all these lies. Chambers of trial will be my last. I'm gonna turn myself in. What? Prosecutor Poole, you can't give up like that. I've already made my mind. Apollo, let me be perfectly honest. You're young, but you're definitely one of the best attorneys I've ever faced in a court of law. Oh my, Vivian Snow, god, like just from how she acted, my first thought was like something like similar to Robert Hammond in a way, of like literally just, like not even for the whole truth, or like I guess like even protecting people, literally just get a good reputation, I guess. That's the vibe I'm getting. And like with the whole arguing semantics and all that, literally just trying to get every single point across. It just comes across just very nitpicky. And not in a way of like how Phoenix does before, of like, you know, small details actually matter in the end, whole deal. That's just pure nitpicking. Okay. Good luck with your career. One day, I think your name may even be more widespread than that of a certain legendary defense attorney. Oh. No. Yeah, won't that be the day? Speaking of which, the legendary defense attorney is still waiting for me in Bolivia. Borginia. Or is Bolivia City or the capital of Borginia? I better come up with a new excuse not to go see him. Goodbye, Apollo Justice. Hope you do not make the same mistakes that I did. Wow, it's gotten late. Oh heck, I'm late for that day with Rhea. Wait, she wasn't with us this whole time? I was wondering why she wasn't talking about this. Okay then. Huh. Okay, so the game is not, well, I guess that, there's like some things the game is not saying, but like, being vague. I wish that they gave us more details. But like, you're going on a date, okay. Oh, this is a nice restaurant. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. But it's honestly an actually date. Okay, that's kind of hilarious though. We literally just met yesterday, but I'm the love sickness. Restaurant Chez Jean Bonaparte. Really? And then what happened? Music. Is that an accordion in the background? Nice. Well, I told him Machi just had to testify. Well, yeah, if he was tried by a legal system instead of Virginia's, things would work out a lot better. Exactly. So how did Darian react? They're just talking about the third case, okay. Oh, he went crazy. You should have seen him. Whipping his long hair everywhere like a knife in water. I wish I did. Hey waiter, another drink please. Really? You barely touched yours. It's for you, silly. I think I've had enough. You're like a hero, Paul. You've earned it. It was, half a year ago. I mean, because of what you did today. You proved a sweet old man innocent just for the escape of a serial killer and put that corrupt justice strings behind bars. That's a lot to do in one day. Yes. Yeah. You're so cool, Polly. Mr. Justice, fighting for great justice. For great justice? I think that's familiar. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing, but I love the Steel Samurai franchise when I was a kid. Oh, Mr. Wright has the entire Sun DVD or something. Really? Yeah, his friend loves him or something. He defended Mr. Powers. You want to come and watch him? You'd really let me? Of course. Thank you, I'd love that. Although, I think I'm gonna like it just because I'm with you. Okay, you're moving so fast, lady. Before we head to your place, I just gotta stop by my office for a sec, okay? Yeah, sure. Oh, your drink is here, Polly. Enjoy! Okay, wow, that hurt. Okay. December 28, Write Anything Agency. Apollo's bedroom. It's still weird how there's just a bedroom in the Write Anything Agency, though. Like, what was it? The few times, like, I think, like... Actually, was that Phoenix, like, waking up? Wait, no. Yeah, his place is not connected to the office, so I'm yeah. Well, not we know of, actually. Oh, boy. I think I'll give Cromulent, but no triple word score. Hey, Polly, wake up! Oh, it's okay. I almost didn't recognize this place. It was daytime instead of night at the beginning of this game. Okay. Hey, Polly, wake up! Huh? Oh, hi, Rhea. You sleep well? Yeah, the couch wasn't so bad. Thanks for letting me stay over and sleep in your bed. I just didn't feel comfortable going home alone with Erlenmeyer on the loose. He's on the run. I'm sure he's a mile away by now, but no problem. So do you want... Oh, hold on a second. Hello? You awake, Polly? I know it's early for you. No, I'm still sleeping. Now's not the time for this, Apollo. You need to cancel your flight to Virginia. Cancel it? What? There's been an emergency. What? Is it Trucy or Thalassa? Why shouldn't it come over? It happened on your end, not mine. It's the judge. The judge? Judge Chambers? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. He's dead. Murdered. Oh my god. Oh god. What? Dead? What? Polly, what happened? Yeah, Mr. Wright, what happened? According to the police, he was run over by his car in a cemetery. Run over? Oh my god. What? For Judge to die, for him to die this way, it's, oh, way too early. When's the funeral? After the case is over. But there's something more important you need to deal with. What's more important than this? The man they arrested, one Robert Erlenmeyer, he was found. Erlenmeyer? What? What does he have to do with this? He was arrested as the judge's murderer. What? No, this is going too far, Polly. Wait, Mr. Wright, there's only one reason this would concern me. Looks like you figured it out. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but there's just no way. You'll defend him? He initially wanted me to defend him. He called you? But of course, I'm retired and on the other side of the Atlantic, so I referred him to you. He's my biology teacher in high school. A bit boring, but he seemed like a nice enough guy. He was your high school teacher. But why me? I can't defend a serial killer. I mean, you got Mr. On Guard convicted when you found out he was actually guilty, didn't you? I'm not asking you to defend a guilty man, but do you really know that Erlenmeyer is guilty? He... It's complicated thinking about. Our job is to make sure no one who's innocent gets declared guilty. Do you really want to turn him down without even hearing him out? Good. I knew I could count on you. Don't worry, you'll come to Virginia afterwards. We never let you miss the world's largest collection of lawyer-themed video games. No, you can't even consider defending Erlenmeyer, Polly. Are you really going to defend the man who killed my brother? Oh boy, this is going to go bad entirely. But I don't know... My game is going to go this way, obviously, defend Erlenmeyer. But the whole point now, thinking about it, is like, since we're defending Erlenmeyer in some case, well, of course, my first thought is, like, he's innocent, but, like, they literally brought up On Guard, so, like, oh, boy. They're going back and forth on it now. Oh, boy. But he knows things with the case. There's photographs of, like, you know, like, dead victims, but they're also described as fake. But how fake are they? Like, I'm so weirded out by that. Like, why aren't they going into details about that? But then also, just... He knows about, like, I guess, like, I guess the last victim's, like, armadillo tattoo? And no one but, like, close people would know about that. So, he knows things only the killer would know? It just feels weird. Very weird. It's back and forth. Are you really going to defend the man who killed my brother? This is going to go bad immediately. Are you sure he did? He wasn't convicted for no reason, and he confessed. If I'm going to turn down his request, I at least need to do it in person. Okay. The only thing I want you to do there is look Erlenmeyer in the eye and tell him you can't defend him. Alright, let's go. Judge. Yesterday, he said he had an Erlenmeyer to attend to, and now he's gone. He may have been a bit absent-minded, but he was one of the nicest people I knew. Man. Whoever killed him... He's gonna pay. Wait, my bracelet's gone. Wait, really? Can I have dropped it? No, it's too tight-fitting. I mean, yeah, like, what was it? Like, how your bracelet was, like, it tightens up when you feel stressed because you, in turn, feel the stress and, like, you know, clench your, like, hands and turn. Wait, is it actually... Yeah, it's gone, actually. Okay. Huh. Was it stolen? I don't have time for this. I'll just file a police report when I get a chance. Alrighty then. Okay. Alright then. Huh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh. Okay, so I guess next time we're gonna go look and, like, see if, at this point, it just feels like we're gonna, like, defend Erlenmeyer, or, like, we're gonna investigate the case no matter what by this point. But, like, it just feels so weird going back and forth on it. There's a lot of things the game is not bringing up in terms of details, but at the same time, it's giving just enough to show that. That's probably the biggest nitpick I have, a tiny bit. Like, I just want to know more about the whole, like, fake photographs and all then. But it's like, even it's probably, like, if it was, like, actually, like, naked pictures, probably not to that extensive a detail. But, like, how fake is it? Because, like, it feels like this sound of it, like, it's the biggest basis for, like, why the whole police think all those people were dead. Huh. And then, and multiple people think Erlenmeyer is innocent, and at the same time guilty. He knows details that only the killer would have, unless, like, I'm thinking back to that small line that the Geralt Strings brought up of, like, like Robert Erlenmeyer not being the only killer. Like, at least, was there someone else involved? But then he definitely knows all about it, but didn't reveal it to anyone in the police, and he confessed, and he was the only person who took the fall. It just doesn't quite make a lot of sense. And this game is bringing up a lot of psychology, so it doesn't quite make sense right now. Not right now. And based on how little we heard how Robert Erlenmeyer is going to talk, things are not going to get much better when we actually talk to him here. It's just not. Oh boyo. Oh boy, oh boy, oh. But we'll see how that all goes for next time, and see whether he's actually innocent or not, or will he defend a person who we know from the beginning is guilty or not. Oh boy, oh. It's gonna be interesting if, like, he is guilty this whole time, and we're like, the whole point is really just figuring the psychology instead of, like, and actually finding conclusively that he did instead of, like, just hearsay. But it literally just is hearsay, but he knows details about it. It's confusing. But I guess we'll figure out one way or another, like, when we go talk to him for next time. Oh boy, oh boy.